Hey guys, this is Coach Corbin, as you can see, and I'm doing this for the Invest Now Louisville Youth Study Group, Investment Study Group. I purchased this curriculum. I revised a little bit, and I want you guys to listen to this curriculum, and then I want you to take some notes, and then take and answer the questions at the end. I'll have some questions for you at the end. And the next time I see you, I want to be able to ask you some questions based upon what I'm about to read to you, what I'm about to share with you. And then you'll receive free enterprise dollars for every correct answer that you give me. So this is a piece called Understanding the Stock Market. The stock market is a place where stocks and bonds are traded, meaning bought and sold. It's just that simple. Wall Street is the most popular stock exchange. The goal is to buy stock, hold it for a time, and then sell a stock for more than you paid for it. Okay. How long do you hang on to stock? Investors who hold stock for 15 years or more usually succeed in the stock market. Stocks are long-term investments but there are no guarantees. Let me repeat that. Stocks are long-term investments, but there are no guarantees. All right. Let me also say this too, repeat this too. How long do you hang on to stock? Investors who hold stock for 15 years or more usually succeed in the market. So you're young folk, most of you are 17 or under. So if you're talking about 10, 12, 15 years, at the max, if you're 17, 15 years from now, you're going to be 32. And so now is the time to get into stock market. That's why time is money when it comes to the stock market. Get in, stay in, stay in for the long term. That's why it is so important for you young folk to get in now. Now, don't wait. I don't care if it's a bull market. I don't care if it's a bear market. Get in now and stay in. Because in the long run, it's going to be putting money, sometimes some serious money, in your pocket. Okay. Stocks are units of ownership in a company. Companies sell stock to raise money to, one, research better ways to make things. Two, create new products. Three, improve the products they have. Four, hire more employees. Five, enlarge or modernize their buildings. Okay, that's it. Now, with the stock group I'm working with right now, Invest Now Louisville, we quote unquote issued 100 shares and we valued them at $10 a share. So 10 times 100 is $1,000. So whenever we get money, and only members can buy the $10 shares. So right now, I believe we have 7, 8, including myself. So right now with this particular group, only members can buy more shares. So when we buy shares, they give the money to me. I put the money in our bank account. We have a bank account. We have an account with Republic Bank. And then we decide, hey, what companies do we want to buy? And then they make that decision. Then I go to our online stockbroker and we buy the company that the group has decided to buy. It's just that simple. Okay. And part one thing that we often say is team, TEAM. That's an acronym. Together, everyone achieves more. So we've pooled our resources, and then not only our money resources, our capital resources, but our intellectual resources. We have 2 people who do the research. So somebody may say, "Hey, I think we ought to buy Mattel or American Medical Services or Ford." Well, they're to come to me and say, "Hey, coach, these are the people, these are the companies we think we ought to buy." Then I take that to the researchers. There's 2 of them, and I say, "Hey, guys, do some research on these companies." Then at the next meeting, we'll discuss the companies, the ins and outs, the ups and downs, weakness and strengths of the company, and then we'll make a decision about whether or not we should buy the company and how many shares we buy. And obviously, how many shares we buy, and sometimes even what company we buy, is going to be determined by the amount of money we have in the bank account. But that's generally the process. All right. So, why companies? Stocks are units of ownership in a company. Companies sell stock to raise money too. And again, some of the reasons are research, create new products, improve the products they have, hire more employees, enlarge or modernize their buildings. For us, now we're not a publicly traded company, we're not a registered company, but for us, our whole purpose is to buy other companies, to get into the stock market. When you buy stock, you become a shareholder, which means you now own a part of the company. If the company's profits go up, you share in these profits. If the company's profits fall, so does the price of your stock. If you sold your stock on a day when the price of that stock falls below the price you paid for it, you would lose money. Real simple, guys, real simple math, right? It is a gamble to place your money in a stock. The stock market prices rise and fall every day. They fluctuate every day. One thing we do at the Invest Now Louisville investment group, I'll have them pull up on their phones or bring them to my computer, and we'll show them how, literally throughout the day, a price of a stock can just go up and down, daily, weekly, monthly, annually. But overall, the market over the years, as it was stated earlier, it increases. It's really one of the best long-term investments you can make if you're serious about building wealth. So I just wanted to say that. Here's another thing I just want to add here. Look, there are a lot of Black youth around the United States of America, a lot of young people in general, regardless of the color of the skin, but particularly true for a lot of Black youth in urban areas. They buy Nike shoes and Nike gear. I can't tell you, I've been doing youth work since 2010. Okay, do the math. I don't know what year it is right now that you're watching this, but do the math. I started working with youth on a professional basis. It's my full-time income since 2010. And I can't tell you the number of times I see Black folk, young Black folk, particularly Black men, who buy Nike shoes and Nike gear. And I would ask them, many times I would ask them, I say, hey, guy, you like that Nike stuff? And they say, oh, yeah, coach, great stuff. So why do you like it? And they tell me. I said, do your friends buy it? Oh, yeah, coach, sure, you better believe it, man. So do your friends like it? So, yeah, coach, you behind the times, bro. You don't know nothing about Nike? I said, no, I know about Nike. I just want to know if you like Nike and the shoes and the gear. They do. Many times they're wearing it. So then I'll ask them, well, do you own Nike shares? What's that? No, Nike shares. Are you, Nike issues stock. They sell stock. They're on the stock market. Do you buy their stock? Do you own any of their shares? I tell you, I haven't met one who ever said yes. The only person who said yes was a guy who was in my stock group, stock study group. I educated him about stock investing and all. And then I said to him at the end of the class, I sent the whole class, I said, hey, anybody here is interested in getting a custodial stock account at stockpile.com, I will give them $10 and get started. And that student, one of my students, actually total 7 of them, but one of them, he went and bought some Nike stock. So he was in a group of some young people, and I was asking those series of questions, and I said, would any of you own Nike stock? And of course, the majority, all the kids except for him, said no. He said yes. And I said, what? You kidding me? He said, yeah, coach, I do, because of what you taught me. And I cracked up. So look, if you like the product, check out the company and become a shareholder. That's a message I give to Black youth as much as possible. I said, look, you already buying the product? And those Nike shoes and that Nike gear, that stuff ain't cheap. And apparently you like it because you'll keep on buying it. It's not, I mean, a lot of them, I tell you, folk, every year, every couple of years, whatever. And they buy that stuff. Hey, you like the company's products that much? You need to become a Nike shareholder. You need to start buying some Nike shares. Go check out that company. Now, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a certified financial planner. I'm not telling you, oh yeah, you should buy the company. I'm telling you, yeah, you should research that company. You should do your due diligence. You like you using the product that much, you like the product that much, you definitely need to look into it. And not just become a Nike consumer, but be a Nike owner. And just in general, I say to Black youth, don't just be a consumer in a free market economy like we have here in the United States of America. You know, that's all fine and good to consume and stuff, which means to buy stuff. That's all fine and good. But you will never succeed in a free market economy if that's all you are, just a consumer. You got to be an owner. You got to be an owner. You got to buy shares. You have to buy assets. You have to buy assets. And one of the best assets you can buy is stocks. Get involved in the stock market. And I think one of the first companies young Black folks should look at, should research, is Nike. Now, I tell you another one too. And I'm going to stop here a minute and go to the questions. You guys, some of you guys are familiar with these Taki chips, Taki. I'll never forget it. This is several years back. I was teaching at a Catholic middle school, doing after school, doing their chess program. And these kids, they started eating these chips. And I was looking at it, and it looked hot to me. You know, it looked hot. And the Mexican kids are saying, "Oh yeah, coach, we love this." I said, "Man, is that hot?" He said, "Oh yeah, it's you know, it's hot." And then one or two, like one of the white kids and the Black kids, you know, Americans, they were saying like, you know, what one of the other white kids and Black kids, they were saying like, "Yeah, I've tried it, coach. It's pretty hot." I said, "But do you like it?" They said, "Yeah, dude. I'm telling you, by the end of the semester, all of them were eating it. All of them were eating it. And they all liked it. Fast forward several years, Black, white, Spanish speaking, non-Spanish speaking, didn't matter. You're a young person, under 17 and under, you into Takis. You eating it. And if you ain't eating it, 3-4 of your buddies are eating it and liking it. It's real popular. And man, I got to the point to where I do things like, okay, we're gonna have a quiz, do a chess quiz, and then the prize is I just offer them a prize, just a handful of Takis. Man, them kids will buckle down. They buckle down. They start studying in a heartbeat. They like that Taki that much. And guess what I did? I started researching. I said, man, who puts this stuff out? I assumed it was same people put out Doritos and that kind of stuff. No, it's this company in Mexico. And this company in Mexico that was started back in 1945. And so they were servicing the Mexican consumer in the United States, you know. And so one thing they did is they started doing that Taki stuff. Well, and this is so typical with kids. If young people get into something, young people promote stuff, market stuff in a heartbeat. So these young bloods, these young Mexican brothers and sisters, they're eating it. And then their folks here in the United States, you know, their peers in the United States, they were like, hey, what's that? And they were trying it and they got hooked on it. So then that company in Mexico, which is, by the way, one of the largest snack producers in the world, they established some sort of company or manufacturing company in the United States just to service their customers in the United States. And you can buy them. They're on the market. I've got several shares in that company. Folks, you need to look that company up. At some later point, I'm going to give you the ticker symbol so you can more quickly look it up at Yahoo Finance. But, I say to young people, you like that stuff? Oh, yeah, coach, yeah. Do your friends like it? Oh, yeah, coach, yeah. And remember, folks, it's a consumable. Eat it today, gone. Eat it today, gone. And these kids will eat that stuff up. I just bought some from Kroger not too long ago. Of course, we're going to have a meeting, and I know one of the best ways to motivate them to pay attention and really study, offer them some Takis. Man, they'll do it. Hey, that's another example. You're already a consumer. You already like the product or the service. Then your next step should be, you need to start thinking as an investor with I'm an investor with the intent of trying to become an owner. So you need to do your due diligence on the company. Do your research on the company. You're already consuming the Taki chips. You like the Taki chips as a consumer. You're pleased with it. Now start thinking paradigm shift, paradigm shift, paradigm shift. Now start thinking as an investor. Hey, wait a minute. Let me go check this company out. Let me find out who produces this. What company's behind this product? Let me go check this company out. Let me check out their history, their earnings, their debt, all that kind of stuff. And then see if I might be interested in becoming an owner, investing in the company and becoming an owner. How do you become an owner? Buy shares in the company. Here are some questions. Now, look, when I see you, you're able to answer some of these questions. I'm going to give you free enterprise dollars. Now, as you know what free enterprise dollars are. If you earn and redeem 15 of them, I'm going to give you a $5 gift card. Just that simple. All right. So what are stocks? What is a shareholder? Why do companies sell stock? All right. This is a multiple choice question. Stock market prices. A, continuously rise every day. B, rise and fall every day. C, never change price. Now, you know the correct answer, right? But out of those three, should be able to memorize the correct one. And you also need to be able to define what are stocks, what is a shareholder, why do companies sell stock? Okay? All right, that's it. So next time I see you, answer 1, 2, 3, those 4 questions. Any one of them, answer them correctly, and I'm going to give you free enterprise dollar. All right, guys, it's been great. I really enjoy doing this research and this reading and then teaching and then applying what we learn and just going in there and sitting down and talking and thinking about, hey, what are some companies we might be interested in investing in? Okay. All right, guys. You know how to reach me. You can reach me at investnowamerica.org, the website. And you send me a message if you have any questions.